clubs and leagues need to know that this is an exchange. Commercialization is an exchange. It is not a CSR budget. It is not a political platform, okay? If you're expecting $100,000 from an institution, it is an exchange. In exchange for what? Okay? Why should they give you that money? What are you giving back? We can keep describing commercialization in like branding, for example, having the departments, as Ignia has mentioned. But now, if each of these departments understands that any revenue stream that is going to come and convert into actual money comes through an exchange, so the question becomes, what has the communications person done? For you as the comms person, if we get SportsBiz Africa as our partner, what are you going to give SportsBiz? You as the communications person. You as the HR person, what are you going to give SportsBiz? So the HR will say, I'm going to get top talent. Top talent in PR, top talent in this and this and this and this. For you as the PR person, what are you going to do? I'll make sure for all of our matches, they get the mentions, the visibility and all that. For you as the accountant, what are you going to do? Each one has to be held accountable at each level. And then in the whole of that is when you're going to have merchandise working out. Because you have merchandise like Young Africans, you have over 100,000 jerseys printed out, and then the branding person is misspelling the name of the club. Okay? The procurement person is ordering for poor quality. Okay? But the revenue stream is there, it is merchandise. The digital platform is working, the application is active. Okay? But the value chain doesn't understand. The procurement person doesn't know that this is an exchange. If a fan is buying a kit, what are you giving them in return? They want quality. They want consistency. If a brand is coming on board to give you a lot of money as your partner or sponsor or whatever, what are you giving them in return? So the question should be, if we are running after commercialization, for us as African football administrators or investors and entrepreneurs, in exchange for what? What are you selling? Okay, what are you selling? There's a pastor who usually says that if you're not selling, close, remove. You know, supermarkets have that small thing which has open. So if you're not selling, you close. Instead of leaving it open, somebody comes in to buy, and maybe you're rude. Maybe you don't have stock, you know. So I think that value chain has to be cleared very well, from club level to league level. Then it also goes to the players. Then that's when it goes to also the fans. For example, for Young Africans, where the fans also have a stake in the club. All those stakeholders have to know that this is an exchange. The footballer has to know this is an exchange. You have to perform well. These fans have traveled, for example, they've traveled from South Africa to come to Uganda. Recently, Uganda beat Bafana 3-0. People had traveled all that way. And so these people have to know that these fans have traveled, but in exchange for what? For your performance. So in exchange for what? For the experience. The word exchange has to keep rhyming. And if there is anything you're going to remember about me today, remember the exchange. There has to be an exchange for anything to evolve in commercialization of African football.
No, thank you so much. And that is a very important point, because sometimes I also do meet athletes and they say, can you please try to build a relationship for me with Adidas? And I'm like, what are they going to get back? And they say, I scored 20 goals. I'm like, yes, but what are they getting back? And they said, no, I only have 200 followers on Instagram. I'm like, then you're not giving them anything back. So exchange is very, very important. I think it will be selfish of me not